Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop. Hey look, it's Fiero time. Insert intro here. Dog panting, it's warm out. So today, we are not troubleshooting the Fiero fan and why it refuses to turn on even though last time I replaced the thermostat. Maybe it's that relay right there. We don't know. We don't care. Getting this fan running reliably is about the only thing that stopped me from driving it all the time, at least until the snow flies. So I'm just going to wire up a toggle switch. So wife's going to drive it. I need it to be reliable. I can't be towing her on the side of the road. She'll get frustrated. She'll never want to drive it again. So let's get started. To do this, for one, there's a few different ways to do it. I mean, not really. There's one way to do it. A few different ways to do it. So what you got to do is you can sit and troubleshoot it. Apparently, this is a common issue with Fieros. A lot of people just bypass them. The thermostat turns on, or I should say the fan turns on kind of high anyway at like 230 degrees, which for modern cars is incredibly warm. I don't know if that was typical in the 80s. Doesn't really matter. We're going to wire up a switch for now. Eventually, I want to fix it. I like things to work the way they're supposed to be. Jerry-rigging means that when your friend borrows a car and doesn't turn the fan switch on, the car overheats, and now you got a problem. But for now, it's fine. We're going to jerry-rig it so much that we're, temporary until it's permanent. We're not even going to mount it correctly because I don't know if I want to mount it. But here's the skinny. Sit down in our car over here. See, originally I was thinking I'd mount it like right here, but I don't know if I want it there yet, so we're gonna leave it. Here's the skinny. There's green and white wire, white stripe that runs from, let's see if I can't get you like a better view. There's a green and white wire that runs from the temp sensor, I don't know, thermostat, whatever, that runs somewhere into this main harness up here. And there's a couple of green wires. Maybe I can like zoom you in a bit. A couple of green wires. You can see one of them I already chafed into because, I wasn't going to make the video and not be right. So I already made sure it worked. So all you have to do to get this wired up correctly, if you want to switch. Again, you need to tap into that green wire with a white stripe anywhere. It can be from the engine. It can be, I think it goes under the hood. You can tap into it back here. It doesn't really matter where, but if you're going to do a switch, sorry about that. If you're going to do a switch, this makes the most sense. So you need to ground that wire. That's it. You don't want to cut it and ground one end of it. You need to keep the wire connected and then a switch to ground. So if this turns into a permanent solution, I'll probably mount it up here somewhere, whatever. Or, I don't know, maybe like back here or I don't know, somewhere. For now, I'm going to just zip tie it over there. I don't know, whatever. It's a 40-year-old car. I'm not sure if it deserves better. But that's what you have to do, and then you can wire it up. So I am using that bolt or that screw right there that I popped out of the ground. So I am going to clean that up a little bit. I've got a switch. So I've got this switch here. And I've got a couple of connectors that do fit. So, whatever. And then if we come over here, I'm thinking what I'm going to do, another little electrical connection box. The green wire is going to be cut and stripped. I'm going to put the green wire, both of the wires into one end, and then the wire to my switch out of this end. And then this goes to the switch, and then the other end of the switch goes to the ground. And the ground will have probably a red or a blue one. I mean, it doesn't matter. So, and then I'm just gonna zip tie the switch for now. Like if the switch is permanent, I'll end up moving it to the center console somewhere, a little bit more reachable. But let me get this wired up, and then I'll bring it back once it kind of looks all done. Again, I mean, this one's kind of a how-to, but there's not a lot of space in this thing, so you're not going to get a good view of, you'll probably get a view of the back of my head while I'm just doing all the wiring. So, but that is what I am going to do. I mean, again, depending on your preference, you could put a switch back there. You could probably put one back here and just leave it always on if you want. I would never just wire it to ground in the off chance you do want to turn it off, you know, whatever. I do think you can somewhere up here, you know, it's this wire right here. You could wire in one here too, you know, or, you know, maybe you can't fit under there. Maybe you're not good on your back working under the dash. You could run a wire from here all the way up to some switch that's maybe a little bit easier to, I don't know. It's totally up to you, but to me, that's easy to do. I'm just going to zip tie a switch. We'll call it a day, but I tested it works. So, yeah. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to show you where I put it. And then, hey, look, content. Smash that like button if you want to see more ghetto Fiero repairs. Is it really ghetto if it's 40 years old and no one makes OEM parts anymore except for like the Fiero store and some dude that makes relays? I can't remember what his name was. Rock Auto, but they're technically not making the parts. Yeah, I don't know. Leave a comment. Shop supervisor Cosmo with the cone on his head is inspecting my work. Let's take a look. We're all done. Well, yeah, we got zip ties, but you know, minor detail. All right, so, hey, you know what? I made a discovery. Check this out. This didn't work before. I shit you not. Did not work before. This did not light up before. Now it does. Gosh, isn't that weird? The other one does not. Anywho, we'll leave that on for now. Anywho, so here's what I do. Now, you can do it however you want. If you want a more permanent professional install, you can put it, you know, here, you can put it here, you can put it here. What? Maybe you give your passenger the power to control the fan. Hey man, you ain't getting to Taco Bell fast enough, your car's gonna overheat. I don't know, you can literally do whatever you want. So what I did though, proof of concept for me, so I've got this wired up. Where's my flashlight? There's the flashlight. So I tapped into there. Now, I trimmed up the wrap a little bit, and I couldn't get enough extra length on the green and white wire, so I spliced in a little bit of green wire that I had, and I still need to heat shrink these, but you get my point. I'm gonna run it probably like right there. It only turns on when the car is running, which I'm okay with, and it should be out of the way to where you're not gonna smack it with your foot. But again, with these terminals, it'll be easy to swap and move around. So, however, it does work. So I've grounded it right there. So there's I didn't see it at first. There's a rubber grommet that I ended up just kind of, you know, I don't know, like my sander kind of chewed it up, and then I realized what it was, so I just peeled the rest of it off. But rubber grommet there for ground, wired up to the switch. So then we turn the switch on, and then we come out here. It's running, great. Come down here. You know, if you don't want it to run again, you can leave it on all you want. Turn off the car. Stops running. Great, fantastic. It's no different than if you have the AC running all the time if you live in the South, or You know, I think defrost turns on the AC, at least for more modern vehicles. So I'm probably just going to leave it on. I'm going to zip tie it up. I got black zip ties because I'm not a casual. So right there, we're ready to go. I'm just going to get it out of the way. I want it to be a switch that I can feel if for some reason I need to turn it off, or, I mean, if I keep bumping it with my foot, or if my wife does, I'll move it. But, you know, I want to be able to feel it, and it was also a cheap switch. So, but, you know, you could also, you know, put it up here if you want. So, but I hope you guys find that beneficial. I couldn't really find any videos on it. A lot of people kind of talk about it, and the Fiero forums, again, a lot of people talk about it. It was a little challenging under here to get like my crimpers in there, but I mean, I got it. It's not a big deal. It wasn't too bad. But again, if you're maybe on the larger side, or if you know, you're just not good on your knees and your back, maybe consider tapping into the wire under the hood and then just running. You know, the ground's easy to get to, but when you're trying to crimp wires under the dash, it actually sucks. So, or I mean, again, if you just want to keep it running all the time, I mean, heck, again, put a switch up there. It doesn't matter. So, it's up to you. But hey, man, woman, person, dog, smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, leave a comment on what other stuff you want to see with the 86 Fiero. I don't know, more content coming soon. Valve cover is probably next. We'll do the Iron Duke valve cover. And yeah, I think I don't know. We'll see what's next. I'm gonna get this hog wrapped up off camera. Next time, something. Later, haters.